Intel processor Mac or a M1 chip Mac. So if you're gonna get an M1 chip Mac, let's just go hit Mac, hit compare. So let's do the MacBook Pro M1, MacBook Pro 13-inch 4 Thunderbolt ports, and that, I guess. I like silver the best. So you see the M1 chip MacBook is cheaper. They both have a 13.3 Retina display. The Intel processor, for the base, these are base models by the way, has 4 core, but the M1 chip has 8 cores. But you can get 32 gigabytes of memory, but this you can only get 16. And if you don't know what memory means, memory is how many apps you can have open at once. So you can have 16 gigabytes of apps open. It's not the same as storage. So you can get up to 4 terabytes of storage with the Intel processor, but 2 terabytes of storage on the M1. You see a very better battery life. And you get this. So if you're gonna do like really intense games, like Steam games, I would prefer you getting, for the cheapest, MacBook Pro 13-inch, and getting this one, the 2.0 gigahertz Intel Core i5. Hit select, and this is only for online. Go down and upgrade it to an i7. You see 4.1 gigahertz, that's a lot. I'll rather for you to get the i7 with the 32 gigabytes, and depends how much storage you want. I recommend you having 512 gigabytes. And Final Cut Pro is an editing app, kind of like iMovie but more advanced, and Logic Pro is like Photoshop. So yeah, these are what are in the box, and you see it only costs you $2,400. But I recommend you getting an iMac for gaming. But for other purposes like playing really small games and editing videos, like playing Roblox. Minecraft is okay unless you have shaders on. Then I'll recommend you getting this one. The first one you see to the left. And getting the 16 gigabytes of memory. And then you don't need to get storage. You don't need to get these unless you have to if you're a really intense editor or really intense Photoshopper. And it only costs you $1,500 or this much a month. And when you get yourself a trade-in, that's going to be like $70 a month. Plus with the Apple Card, you get daily cash back. You get like $31 the next day. So if you want to get an iMac, let's go to compare again. Let's get iMac one. This iMac. No. 4K Retina. That iMac. And Mac M1 and iMac 27-inch. Let's do silver again. You see the 5K display is better than 4.5K, but it's still pretty good. 4.5K is pretty good. You see this has the i9 processor with 10 cores, but it's really up to your thing. If you really want to do intense gaming, iMac 27-inch 5K Retina is your choice. With the 10 cores, 8 cores is really for editing and playing Roblox and stuff. 6 core really meant for just 1080p editing. You see, 128 gigabytes is a big difference from 16. But 128 gigabytes is kind of overclock. Like, if you go to Safari, is 16 GB RAM good? It's very difficult to use up 16 gigabytes of RAM unless you're doing some heavy-duty rendering, editing, etc. With a bunch of different programs open, when it comes to streaming and gaming at the same time, you'd be more concerned how much amount of cores you have in your CPU. So 16 gigabytes of RAM is actually enough. 32 and up is considered overkill. I mean, yeah, is it 34? 32, yeah. But for 2020, 16 gigabytes is enough. You should dual change the 8 gigabytes plus 8 gigabytes configuration for better bandwidth available for premium usage. A 12 gigabyte size is enough. So 16 gigabytes is enough for gaming. You see, up to 8 terabytes, but who needs 8 terabytes? Like, how many gigabytes is 8 TB? 8,000 gigabytes. And so if that's 8,000, so then 1,000 gigabytes for 1 terabyte. I don't even think 1,000. I think 1,000 is still overkill. You see, Magic Keyboard, but this one is a Magic Keyboard with lock key, so you have Touch ID. Compute, Apple M1 chip, 8 core with 4 performance cores. You see, I recommend you, if you're going to get the iMac 5K 27-inch, I recommend you, where is it, getting this one. And nanotexture is, while both standard glass and nanotexture glass options of iMac are engineered for extremely low reflection, it helps consider your work environment. So matte or standard means you get no reflection, or very low reflection. So like when you're in a very lighted up room. But nanotexture is when you're in a very dark room. So it does get a lot of reflections. So, and then I recommend you getting 32 gigabytes if you're going to have this for like 4 years, 5 years. And if you're going to have an Ethernet cable, and you want very high speed, you should get 10 gigabyte, but gigabit Ethernet is still enough. Magic Mouse and Magic Trackpad. If you want I think Magic Mouse is better. And then here again, your apps. It's about $2,400 for a gaming rig. I mean, that's way cheaper than building your own computer or the Mac Pro. So this was just a short video on which MacBook you should get. And one last thing, accessories. So I got mine from Amazon. I will get USB C, not X, C to USB A. And you want this. I'll put the link in the description for all the accessories. But this one is the best one. You see Shield circuit board. And I've been using this one for about a few days, and it's actually pretty good. And this really matches the space gray. It's a little bit darker, but it still matches. It's keyboard. You can plug in a keyboard, a mouse, USB flash disk, USB cable, USB hub, a printer, phone or tablet, a USB or a micro SD card reader, a hard drive, a gaming console, Ethernet, or a controller. And the silver one, you should get for silver MacBooks, but I'm pretty sure no one likes silver MacBooks. And then the next accessory is fabric hard shell MacBook Pro M1 case. Even though this one's a little bit what am I saying? It's a lot pricey. It's $70, but it's worth it. It's so premium. If I can find it. If I don't find it, I'll just put in the link in the description. Yeah, I can't find it, but I'll put the link in the description. And this, I have to say, has to be the best mouse ever, or the mouse I use for my games when I use computer. For macOS Big Sur, HP optical mouse. And this, HP genuine, I like this mouse. I use this mouse. I'm not going to put this mouse in the link in the description, probably like a way better picture one. But I will put this type of mouse. As you see, there's not really, like this, I'll probably put this in the description. Okay. And then one other accessory. Let me see. And OBIL hub. These are not the right one. I mean, they're the right brand, but not the right one. Is this it? I gotta see the one I'm using right now. No, not same brand. Well, I should have got these before I started. I don't know if I just type in, wait, USB-C hub. Yeah, they're the right brand. But one thing, well, Anchor is pretty good. Anchor and Apple, I think, work together. But make sure, do not ever get cheap USB hub, MacBook hubs. I recommend getting a $50 or higher. You see, this was $60, but it's a sale. going on for $4.99. So if there's a sale, just look at the was price. And then scroll down to, if you have a question, I'm just going to say, is this for iPad? You see, M1, yes, however, due to limitations of the newly released M1 MacBook. Okay. And then look at the stars. You see, purchase my son who draws iPad. Yeah, you see, it's not meant for iPad. I don't want to report reviews, but that's not meant for iPad. Clean design, Amazon products. You see, pretty good. Pretty good reviews. Did you see MacBook Air? MacBook Air does not have 2 USB-C ports. And you see pass-through charging, media display, and data transfer. And one last thing. If you do really well, if you do things with your MacBook, everyone knows that you have to get this. So let's go here. This is optional, you don't have to get it, but a monitor. Just get like a cheap $100 monitor that has USB-C or Thunderbolt. Like you see, I like the LG 4K monitor. Or no, it doesn't even have to be 4K. 4K is actually quite expensive. You see this one. You see it has 4.6 out of 5, 3% 1 star, 1% 2 star, 3% 3 star, 13% 4 star, 80% 5 star. So yeah, hope you guys, I don't know how to say stuff. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.